Hi everyone, my name is Victor from Cutting Edge Gamer. While we wait for GPU stock to fix itself, we wanted to explore a topic with all of you in the meantime. So what are we doing? Well, with all the stimmy checks in circulation, a lot of you guys are thinking about upgrading your monitor, or maybe even adding a second, third, or fourth one. And all your friends who have a high frame rate monitor swear that they would never go back to 60 frames. And you might think to yourself and say, well, will I feel like that if I got a high frame rate monitor? What if I only care about resolution and I'm fine with 60 frames a second? Wait, what if I don't know if I even care? Well, hopefully today's video will help you realize if you're better off focusing on a high-res monitor or a high frame rate monitor or a mix of both. So we were supposed to buy a 1080p 280Hz monitor and a 4K 60Hz monitor, but we got gypped. We got the 4K 60Hz monitor, but we didn't get the 1080 280Hz one. Instead, we received a 1080 144Hz monitor. How did this happen? Who knows? It's really not that big of a problem because the jump between 60 and 144 per second is much more noticeable to the average gamer than the jump from 144 frames a second to 280 frames a second. So I guess I'm just going to have to take the L on this one and continue. So obviously, the answer to this question is personal preference. But how are you supposed to know what you'd like if you don't even have access to a high frame rate monitor and a high res monitor at the same time? While you could guess your monitor preference, we're hoping that this video will give you enough insights from two average gamers to better understand your monitor preference so you can make the right choice when it's time to purchase. How are we going to test this? Well, I compiled a list of games that I made based on all your comments on social media from our post a while back, and also a few games Charles and I wanted to play and test. P.S. Follow us on social media. So here's what was supposed to be our game list, but we ran into issues. We thought we bought some games, then we realized they were on somebody else's library, not ours. We tried launching some games we thought were fully downloaded, only to be hit with a 100 gig update inside the game, and so on. So this is our updated list. 2 L's so far in the video, and we're still going strong. Both machines are more than capable of running each game maxed out at 1080 144Hz and 4K 60Hz, unless that game is Cyberpunk. We actually had to test both monitors using the PC with the RTX 3090 in it for that game. Also, in case you were wondering, the other PC has an RTX 3070. So Rocket League is the first game on our list. This game used to cost 20 bucks, but now it's free. I personally paid for this game back in the day when it was first released, and it's a game I still go back to often. So basically what I'm trying to say is, if you haven't downloaded this game, then this is your sign.
Yeah, 4K looks nice.
Are you enjoying the view from here? Is it high? Is it super? Do you see how crisp it is?
Yeah, it looks nice. You can see the lines right on the edge for the cars and the tires.
I looked at yours.
Yeah, it looks alright.
It looks alright, right? But this looks like...
Dude, the tire, all the details on the car, it's like the smaller details. Like you really see little patches where the paint looks different, right? Where it's a little darker. I would think maybe that it's gonna end up being the 4K. But in this is so high paced and online, it might just be better to have the more frames.
That was close. That was so close.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some,
You stole my boost too.
I'm trying to get these freaking sweet goals. I tried for 2 so far. They're supposed to be the back taps where I drive around and then smack it in.
Oh! Okay.
I'm not a fancy dribbler though. I don't got those fancy dribble moves.
Want to switch?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think the 4K is helping you more?
It looks amazing, that's for sure. Like just the small details are freaking cool.
Oh, I set it up. Ooh, no!
Got him.
Okay.
That's what we do right there.
Do you think 1080 is outdated by now?
A little bit, honestly. Because I feel like the most common is those 2K 144Hz. Should have jumped. Should have jumped. Oh, almost.
Ooh! Ooh! No! I had to, my guy. You were gonna make
right
it.
There, man. I was on goal.
You were gonna make it. I had to like. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess you still made it. Dude.
Right the last second.
No! What is that?
Let me backflip.
No! I was like, man, if I backflip into the goal, like at least,
A little bit.
I was saying it, you know? So what did you think between both monitors?
I like this one more clearly because I won on this one. No, I don't know. I couldn't tell too much of a difference. The detail on this is just so much nicer. Like the small things, like you see like the wells on the tires and everything. So you see the ridges on the tires, you see the speckling in the paint, how it's different colors all along. It's really the small details, like the front of the grill. You can see tiny details, like the actual shape of the front of the grill, like that, how it's supposed to be, and the lights. Well, seeing, yeah, it's the exact same car, right? But you can't see the details there. You can't see any of the same in the paint. The paint is just monochrome. There's no detail there. And then the small little things here, it's just not as sharp. You see how you can actually like see the pixelation there? You can't really see that on the other one because of the 4K. You can see it in the lines, how they're a little bit more jagged.
So to summarize, we both prefer the 4K 60Hz monitor over the 1080 144Hz monitor on Rocket League. While it's a competitive game that has a lot of motion, we felt that this game showed a whole new layer of detail when being played at 4K 60 that made us more immersed than 1080 at 144Hz. Next up is CSGO, aka Counter-Strike Global Offensive. PS, the next games won't have the live camera in the corner because of technical issues. Yeah, we're at 3L so far. So for Counter-Strike, we played about 10 minutes on each monitor. This was an easy choice for both of us, but I'll let Charles say why.
Oh, what?
Dude!
Oh.
Let's go! Oh, let's go! Let's go!
Man, oh, you got a scope on that. That's pretty good, man. You got that sniper rifle down.
How do you like that monitor though? How do you like it?
It's nice, man.
Do you think it's
the
nice
frames. I think for this game, I think so, yeah. Because you can't tell, like, I don't know if the graphics in this game are that good that you're going to be able to tell that you're not in 4K, you know? So you didn't have, like, a crazy level of detail. And this is just so smooth, man.
Next up is Cyberpunk. While this was Charles' first time playing this title, I've already logged about 70 hours on Cyberpunk, so I had a pretty good feeling the 4K 60Hz monitor would reign superior. I mean, look at the HUD, the face, and well, the textures of this one scene between the two resolutions. To me, that's a day and night difference, while the frame jump from 60 to 144 doesn't make that much of a difference to me on the immersion of the game. After logging 70 hours of playtime on this game, I can confidently say that the combat is pretty fun, but slow. Next up is Call of Duty Cold War. We hopped on an online match together and hoped for the best. And well, we sucked in comparison to the other team. Bro, there's some guy who keeps assassinating.
Oh, God.
Bro, he keeps assassinating me. After playing for a bit, Charles and I arrived at our conclusion for this game being, Charles, take it away.
I honestly prefer playing on that for this because you don't notice the details that much anyways, and the extra frames are nice. Because like the 4K really just gives you a bunch of extra detail, which looks really cool, but for me this game's all about gameplay. And I'm just trying to be the fastest guy so I have the most kills.
Next up on our list is Doom Eternal, a graphically beautiful game, a beautifully optimized game, and also one that features a lot of motion. But Doom Eternal is different than other motion-heavy games because it's too graphically beautiful, like really beautiful. So much so that we both felt that it was more enjoyable for us at 4K 60Hz than 1080 at 144Hz.
There's a lot of motion in this, but it's not like competitive against other players online. So I feel like that extra edge of the hertz is important. Like it still runs really smooth on here.
What do you think you like more?
Probably this 4K, yeah. Just the definition, man, it's nice, and then I don't see a huge need for the frames in this one because there is motion. It is similar to Call of Duty, but just if I'm not trying to compete with other people online, it's not as important. It's more about the graphics.
So in conclusion, here were our predictions and these were our results. It was pretty split and we were really off on our predictions. To summarize what we learned throughout this testing is that 1080p isn't that great anymore, to us. So we suggest making it a priority of at least getting a 1440p monitor, even if it means staying at 60 Hz on your next monitor upgrade. While we didn't have a 1440p monitor in this video to test, I do have one as my daily driver back home just to add a little validation to my opinion. This is also assuming that you play a good mix of games like the ones we were playing. But if you play a lot of story-driven games or open world games like GTA 5, Fallout 4, Red Dead 2, we believe you'd probably get more enjoyment out of those games with a 4K 60 Hz monitor over a 1440p 144 Hz monitor. But if you're on the other side of that spectrum and you play games like Call of Duty Cold War, CSGO, basically shooters where you're just trying to be the absolute fastest and you don't really spend time admiring the graphics, then just get a 144 Hz monitor, even if it means sticking with 1080p, because we do think that there could be a competitive advantage to it. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how you felt about our conclusion and what you would like to see next. And don't forget to lease your next graphics card with Cutting Edge Gamer to take advantage of our incredibly fast RMA and our infinite upgrades program. Visit our site to learn more. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.